Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today's video was supposed to turn into a, 10-hour kind of study challenge, but considering that it's already 11 and I haven't really gotten anything done other than my Anki, and there are some things that I really do need to get done, which filming doesn't help with that. Filming makes me really unproductive. I figured maybe we just do some studying and we do some chit-chatting and then we do some studying and some chit-chatting without trying to reach the 10 hours, but still trying to be productive. So I finished my Anki first thing in the morning, as you just saw. And when I say finish, what I mean is really I tried to get through all the new cards in the N1 deck. And if you remember my last Japanese update video, then you might remember that I said I wouldn't be doing the N1 Anki deck if I wasn't going to take the JLPT. So the conclusion now is that I will be taking the JLPT. The really dumb thing about this whole situation is that after my last update video, I got a confirmation like 2 days later or something that I would be taking the JLPT this summer. And then my schedule got crazy busy. I feel like I had no time whatsoever to study any Japanese or energy for that matter. And I'm really confused how people manage all these things, like going to uni, having friends, getting enough sleep, getting good food, working out, studying a language, how? I don't understand it. But so obviously the unfortunate thing now is that had I started studying about 3 to 4 weeks ago, I would have had 2 months to prepare for the JLPT. Now I only have 5 weeks. But I'm still gonna try to make it work as best as I can. And I made this little study plan for myself, which I think is really cute, really motivating to cross off the boxes. So that is the first thing we have on the agenda today, JLPT study. So I just finished 3 chapters in this book and it's pretty rough. There are so many words I don't know that I marked them with a yellow marker, right? And more than half my page is marked in yellow, which is not a good sign, and that makes me think I should probably focus a lot more on vocab rather than grammar. Even though I haven't even looked at the grammar book yet, so that's probably gonna look just the same. But I don't know. So now I'm thinking, do I do another 3 chapters? Because I do them in 3 chapter chunks because they're pretty fast to do. Or do I just take a break? But I'm having a lot of fun, weirdly enough. Even though I get so many things wrong and I'm unsure about quite a lot of things, I enjoy doing this. And it does get better. The first chapter I did was just a complete catastrophe. And then the next 2 chapters do actually look a little better. So I guess let's just do another 3 and then maybe take a break. I think that sounds like a good idea. And that is another 3 chapters done. I'm now done with the second week of this textbook. It has 8 weeks in total, and I'm done with the second week, which is really good progress. I think I can finish this book in time. I think there's one important thing though that I forgot to mention throughout pretty much all of today, which is that I'm not trying to learn things very deeply. I'm not trying to get an in-depth understanding of everything that's going on. At least when it comes to vocabulary, my current focus is just covering a lot of material so that I have a chance of like maybe recognizing something in the tests. Because I feel like that is a better strategy right now than like spending a lot of time on each word and like writing it down 10 times and then like dancing and making a picture and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just trying to rush through the material as much as I think is reasonable, and then hopefully at least some things will stick. The other thing that I was going to mention is that even though it's starting to get late and even though I'm starting to get pretty tired, I still feel really motivated to continue studying tomorrow and the day after that and the following weeks. You would not believe how unmotivated I was for the last 3 to 4 weeks just because I had so much schoolwork, and I felt like putting Japanese study on top of that was just gonna drain me more. And it might be that that would have been the case if I had studied Japanese during the last 4 weeks. I might have like burned out and not kept up with schoolwork, which is obviously more important than the JLPT. But since I do have this week off, the complete week is no school, and I'm pretty on top of my assignments right now, I feel like I can spend a lot of time starting to get back into Japanese. So I feel like even though I could have started earlier, I think that now is probably a good time to get back into Japanese, and I think that I can at least sustainably study Japanese at least until the JLPT. Okay, the point of the story though was that my boyfriend has this quote, and I don't know where he got it from, but it's so true for me right now. And the quote is, action leads to motivation. Now, for the last few weeks, I was really, really unmotivated to study Japanese. But at the same time, I wouldn't really do anything to combat that. And sometimes the best thing you can do to get like out of a slump, to get out of a rut, is to just do it. Literally the just do it guy, just do it. That's why they always say, just get started with like the dumbest, littlest thing that there is. If you have a Japanese textbook and you don't feel like studying, just open the textbook and tell yourself you're just going to sit there for 5 minutes and maybe read the task. And by the time you're done reading the task, you still have like 4 minutes left. So you're like, well, I might as well just start on the first task, right? And then you went through the first task and through the second task. And before you know it, you went over that 5-minute mark and you actually studied something. Now, that might not always work in every single situation, but for me right now, this was so nice. I had such a good day today, and even though, I probably shouldn't study anymore, I still want to study. So that will be it for today. This was very chaotic, and I do not care. It's like action leads to motivation. There you go. That's the motto for this video. If you made it this far, let me know if you want a more scripted, a bit more serious, how I actually study for the JLPT rather than just me going like all over the place kind of video in the comments. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.